All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone who rule and teach well. Peace and safety and much blessings to the Yakim that's pushing this truth out the four corners of the earth and all truth and sincerity and diligence. Shalom. All right, I don't know what I'm going to title this lesson, but it was just on my spirit to do it. All right, basically going into, you know, Yahawashi was Adam was Yahawashi, being that Eve was his wife. Eve transgressed being that first wife. And, Yahawashi, when he came, he opened up, the seals, of understanding to his elect, being that new perfected wife, if you will. Now, I don't know what I'm gonna title it, but that's just basically along the lines of that Yahawashi was Adam, Eve being his wife, but she went off, and the elect will be the what his in this coming this modern time in this day and age, upon his return, he's gonna do what, man? He's coming to get his second wife, right? His damsels in distress, which is, gonna be perfect in his eyes, right? Because when he's coming, the second coming of Yahawashi, which is known as the Son of Man, he's gonna be what gathering his elect, man, because that's what it says real quick in Matthew 24:31. All right, this is Matthew 24:31. It says, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right, so it's not going to be according, like to Christianity. It's not going to be everybody. It's only a select few, which will be the remnant. Right, Isaiah, the 10th chapter, verse 21. It says, "The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob." Well, I'm gonna start at 21. It says, "It shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power." Okay, so you're gonna have a remnant, which is known as the elect, which is the bride of Yahawashi. Okay, that because the elect is going to be what that wife, right, which is perfect in the eyesight of the Lord. Okay, but Eve being what that first wife, that went off. All right, that went after what the serpent, right, which we know today as Esau, Edom. Okay, was that wicked spirit in the planet Earth since the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning. So let's just get into it. Um, let's see. I'll start with right with Adam proving. All right, so Adam was Yahawashi. All right, so let's just get that in the scriptures. This is Proverbs 8. This is Proverbs 8:22. It says, "Yahweh possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning or ever the earth was. When there was no depth, I was brought forth. When there was no fountains about abounding with water, before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set the compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengthened the fountains of the deep, when he gave the sea his decree, that the water should not pass his commandments, when he appointed the foundation of the earth. Then I was by him, as one brought up with him. I was daily in his delight, rejoicing always before him. So who is that? That was Yahawashi. Yahawashi was from the beginning, right? That's why he has that title, Revelations 22, I believe it's 22 and 13. It says, I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. You see? So he said, I am the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, the first and the last. All right. So let's get this. Let's see if I can pull this up over here. Oh, damn. Right. I guess not. All right. So he said what? He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the ending, right? He has the Yahawashi holds that title, man. The beginning and the ending, right? Everything Yahawashi, he was the first fruit of every creature. Colossians 1:12, it says, giving thanks unto the Father, which had made us meet to be partakers in the inheritance of the saints in light, who had delivered us from the power of darkness and had translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Who holds the title of dying, for a nation's sins, right? The one who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All right. Who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principles or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So Yahawashi, created all of this along with the Alahayim. All right, when you read Genesis, it's the Alahayim. Right, but Yahawashi, at the head of it all right, and him being who? Adam on the earth, right? And we're going to get that, we're going to prove that. All right, let me turn this fan on. It's getting pretty hot up in here. All right, so Yahawashi, being what, man? That first man. Well, I ain't gonna say Yahawashi wasn't the first man created on the planet Earth, but he was the first chosen man by, Yahweh, all right, to put this, give this knowledge to, okay? Started with Adam, with Adam being Yahawashi, right? Because let's just go to Genesis 1. This is Genesis 1 and 26. It says, and the Alahayim said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowls of the air, over the cattle and over the earth, and over every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth. Right? So the Alahayim created man in his own image. In the image of the Alahayim created he him. Male and female created he them. Right? So male and female was already created, which proves that Adam wasn't the first man on the planet Earth. Adam was the first man, of the nation of Israel, all right, which there wasn't called, Israelites then at the time, called Adamites. He was the first chosen, vessel on the planet Earth, which being Yahawashi in the flesh, on the planet Earth, to get this wisdom and knowledge, man. Okay, because I believe that is Genesis 2:7. It says, and Yahweh formed man of the dust of the ground, right? And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul, right? So Yahweh chose to do what, man? Breathe the breath of life in who? Adam, man. You see, and what proves that's Adam, just when you go down, see, look, check it out, because he said he made man already, right? But then what? He formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed in his nostrils the breath of life. And what is the breath of life? Let's just get that clear real quick. So, because you can't just say everybody, oh well, shit, everybody had the breath of life. No, negative. All right. Let's just get that. He gave him the breath of life because real quick. This is Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. It says, "For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reasoning of her pureness. For she is the breath of the power of the Most High, and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her." So this wisdom, right? The Lord breathed the wisdom and knowledge of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai in Adam, which was Yahweh Shai. Right? So says in breathed in his nostrils the breath of life, which is what? Wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Being, and then this is how you know it, because look, verse 19, it says, and out of the ground, the Lord formed, out of the ground Yahweh formed every beast of the field, right? And every fowl of the earth, of the air, and brought them to Adam, right? To see what he would call them, and whatsoever Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. So who had to have that? So that breath of life was that understanding. So Adam had the understanding and the breath of life to be able to name the creatures. So he had the wisdom and knowledge, man. He had the wisdom and knowledge, and not everybody had that. It was only Adam that had that, because he named them right then and there. Verse 19, it tells you, right? He brought him to Adam because the Lord breathed the breath of life in Adam. It was Adam whom he chose, man. Okay, that's who he chose to give the breath of life to. Now, where's my water at? Salaki. So he gave the breath of life unto Adam. All right. So let's just get into that. So Adam, he chose Adam, right? So if Yahweh Shai was in the heavens and created all of this, right? He created all of this. It tells you that in Colossians. All right. Who was the Lord gonna choose, right? Because you gotta understand, in the scriptures, it tells you in Jeremiah, the first chapter. Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee to be a prophet unto the nations. So, Yahweh Shah was the first, is the beginning and the end. He was the beginning of the fall, it was the beginning of sin, right? And he came to Yahweh Shah was the ending of sin. When I say ending of sin, is like, he conquered, sin. He conquered death, you know. So Yahweh Shah being in the heavens, right? And the Lord put him on the planet Earth. So he put the spirit of Yahweh Shah in Adam, right? To do what, man? To rule the earth, man. You know, to keep the garden. Okay. So yeah, man. Right? Adam was Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah was Adam, and we're gonna prove that. So let's just go to. We can just go get the. You can just go to Luke. This is Luke chapter 3, verse 38, and this is the lineage, you know, of this is going to Yahweh Shah's mother Mary, right? Which trickles down to Yahweh Shah. All right, when you go to Matthew, it goes to his father. All right, this is Matthew, the first chapter. This is Luke 3:38. It says, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which was the son of God, right? So Adam was the son of God, man. Okay. That's clear cut right there. That's exactly what it is. Adam was the son of God, and we know who holds that title of the son of God, man. Yahawashi, right? We all sons of God, but Yahawashi is the beginning, right? The beginning and the ending. Okay. And it gets more thorough and even the scholars knows that your so-called biblical scholars, they know that Adam, Yahawashi, whom the word English called Jesus Christ, was the first Adam. Right. This is First Corinthians 15 and 40. I'm gonna just start at 44. It says, "It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit." Right? So the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the last Adam, right? So, you got two Adams here, man, and that, the last Adam was Yahawashi, man. He's the beginning and the end. It says, "Howbeit that it was not first, which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterwards, which is spiritual. The first man is of the earth, earthly, right? Adam was earthly. The second man is Yahawashi from heaven." Okay, right? And when you check out, look, I got right here. You ain't gonna be able to see it, but I'm gonna read it to you. Scholars, I'm gonna just read like the what do you call it? I don't know what the hell they call this right here, but would be the commentary, if you will. This is the commentary, First Corinthians 15 and 40. It is 45, 46, 47. They did it in one paragraph, so I'm going to just read it. It says, "The contrast here between the natural body and the spiritual body again follows from their two representatives. One is the first Adam, who had the natural body of the dust of the ground, and through whom a natural body is given to his descendants. The other is the last Adam, Hamashiach." They got Christ right here, but we know we don't say Christ. What I'm saying? It's disrespectful, bro. We say Hamashiach. All right. It says, "The last Adam, Hamashiach, the life-giving spirit, whom through his death and resurrection." See, the scholars knows, these so-called scholars, they know that reincarnation is real. All right. So they know this, man. I don't know what's wrong with Jake, man. Jake make everything so damn complicated, man. All right. It says, "Through who his death and resurrection will at the second coming give his redeemed people a spiritual body similar to his resurrected, glorified body." Right. So look, it says, "A life-giving spirit, just as the spirit of God breathed into the first Adam, so now Yahawashi, the second Adam." So Yahawashi, it was Adam. All right. The first go around here, man. He was Adam. All right. In the flesh, earthly. You see? And Eve, right? Eve being his wife. Let's go back. Uh, Genesis 2. All right. All right. This is Genesis 2 and 21. It says, and Yahweh caused deep sleep. So like it caused deep sleep to fall upon Adam, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs and closed up the flesh instead thereof. And the rib which Yahweh had taken from man made he a woman and brought her into the man. And Adam said, "This now bone of my So like this now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh, shall she be called woman because she was taken out of man. All right, so Adam even named her, man. Okay. And you got, Christians that think that the Lord performed surgery, right? Took one of his ribs and, just poof, formed Eve. Negative. Okay. Negative. What happened was that, listen, the Lord chose what? A woman of the same nationality, right? Because when it says bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, that's just talking about of the same family, man. Right? The Lord didn't get no goddamn heathen to be Adam's wife, man. He chose a woman of the same stock. He chose Eve, man. Okay? He chose Eve, right? So let's just get that as 2 Samuel 5. Look, this is 2 Samuel 5. It says, then all the tribes of Israel, so like it then came all the tribes of Israel to David unto Hebron and spake, saying, behold, we are thy bone and thy flesh. You see? Meaning that what, man? We kinfolk. We of the same stock. We of the same nation. You know? That's all that meant, man. He didn't perform surgery. He just chose the woman of the same stock, man. Okay? You know? Right. So this being Eve, right? Adam's wife, right? Was supposed to be what? In subjection unto him, man. Right? She did what? She went off. Right? She went off. Because you read that in what? Damn, I fucked up. Let's go back. Genesis. In Genesis 3, it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. All right. And this, Christians think that it's talking about the serpent as like a real snake. That's not, man. It's talking about real quick. It says the beast of any field. All right. It's talking about heathens, man. All right. Which we know that serpent was, going back to that the left hand spirit, wicked spirit that was what placed in Cain and trickle on down to what? Esau. Right? It says more subtle than the beast of the field. So when you just get real quick, just for edification, um, Ecclesiastes 3 and 18, it says, it says, I said in my heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that the Most High might manifest them, that they might see themselves, Salaki, that they might see that they themselves are beast. Right. So the Lord likened the other nations to beast. You see? With the what? The serpent, which is that wicked seed, which is that wicked spirit from the beginning, which was a murderer. Okay. Let's go back. Was more subtle than any beast of the field, right? And had said to the woman, right, because she was beguiled. Because you got to think about it. When a lion or any type of predator goes to hunt, they're gonna do what? Go for the weaker vessel. All right. So that's why you see, because I'll be watching sometime the like this little program on the Hulu. It'd be like, it's called Hunt. So, what they'll do is, like, say you got a lion on a hunt for some food and you run into a pack of what do you want to call it? Elephants. The elephants are all get in, protect each other's back, right? But the children are in the middle. You got all these big elephants, watching every corner, every direction, but you got the children in the middle, because what the adult elephant is too big. So what the lion's gonna go for? They're gonna go for the weaker prey, the weaker vessel, because that's what the scriptures liken a woman to. Give honor to the wife, and you see, and that's Christians stop right there. That's where they stop at. They stop at give honor unto the wife, right? So you're supposed to give honor to the wife, blah, blah, blah. But the scripture says, as the weaker vessel, okay? So all that masculine energy that these women have is going to be crushed in these times to come, man. But that's another topic for a different day. All right. So it says that, and he said unto the woman, yea. So like, yea, had the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said to the serpent, we may eat of the fruits of the trees of the garden. And you know, it's not talking about an apple. Well, we know, Christians don't know. It's not talking about an apple, man. All right. It's talking about philosophies, right? Because what the scripture says, ye shall know a man by his fruit, right? You see? It says, we may eat, because you know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to eat, of these different philosophies, man. All right. The Lord had gave Adam with the breath of life, man. Oral commandments, oral statutes, to believe and do, as the Lord commanded, man. All right. You see? Come eat of me. All right. And then check it out. Let me see. Here's one that says, come eat. Yeah. See, look, this is talking about wisdom right here. And it just to prove the point. Wisdom had built her house. She had hewn out her 7 pillars, right? She had killed her beasts and had mingled her wine. She had also furnished her table. This was wisdom. See, this is what wisdom do to us, because we was like beasts, right? We was like beasts unto the Lord, like heathens, because we were what? Living in that Gentile mind state, right? Without order, without Yahawashi, without, wisdom, just, doing things that were just wicked as hell, man. Having sex on the Sabbath, smoking weed, popping pills, robbing, killing, doing all these different things, man, when we was in the world. It says, she has sent forth her maidens. She cried unto the highest place of the city. Whoso is simple, let him let him turn in hither. As for him that wanted understanding, she said, him that want understanding, right? Come eat of my bread. Right? So how do you eat wisdom? What you soak it in, all right? You learn, you give attention, you invest your time in wisdom, right? And drink wine which I have mingled, right? Forsake the foolish and live and go in the way of understanding. So let's go back to Genesis. So when what? It says we may not eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. And we know that those trees are talking about men, and it's just real quick, just because that you have to teach these lessons, as if you got newborn babes watching, so that's why, because we did lessons on this. We've we got lessons on these things, on these various topics, but when you're going through it, you don't want to just like read it because you understand it. You have to break it down for somebody else to understand it. So it says we may not eat, right? We may not learn, you know all right. Tell y'all stop playing, okay? I'm doing the video. Y'all don't I'm doing the video. Y'all stop playing, and tell Azaria to come here. Don't come back in here, son. All right. Salaki. All right. It says we may. It says, and the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But you see, and it says we may eat, meaning basically, we do business and commerce. You know what I'm saying? Not to learn and soak up philosophies. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get down to the part where it says not to eat of the fruit of the tree. Hey, son, give me a bottle of water, brother. And look, and tell him to be quiet up in there, man. I'm doing the video. You hear me? The water. All right. Salaki, Ashala. Kind of parched. All right. It says, verse 3, it says, it says, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High had said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. Right? So the fruit of the tree and the man shall be known by his fruits. And so we know that those trees are to be, I believe, is in Mark, trees. All right, this is Mark 8 and 24. It says, and he looked up and said, I see men as trees walking. Right? So, you know, uh men were likened is likened unto trees. Okay. So it says, verse 3, it says, but the fruit of the tree, the fruit of this man, the philosophies of this man, which is the wicked one, which is in the midst of the garden, he said, you should not eat of it, neither shall you touch it, lest ye die. Right? So what does all right, sin represents death. Okay, because what we were given the righteous, the righteous commandments. We were given righteousness to go after. But when we did what? Whenever Eve, was carried away off into what the fruit of what? I'm gonna say Esau Edom, because that's who that the wicked one, that wicked spirit dwelleth in, who's being used today, is Esau Edom, man. Right? That wicked spirit, man, was from the beginning, which was in Cain, which is now is trickled down to Esau Edom, man. Okay. So when you eat of that fruit, man, when when Eve went off and ate of that fruit and digestive philosophies, what? She became dead, man, right? Because and Adam too, right? Because Adam, he was deceived in the transgression too. Let's go, Wisdom of Solomon. We already here, chapter 2, verse 24. It said, well, I'm gonna start at 23. It says, for the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. Nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that do hold by his side do find it. So, nevertheless, envy of the devil. So, whenever the serpent, this wicked spirit, whenever Esau Edom, right, was showing, talk, beguiling Eve when she was seeing all what he was offering, you're like, oh shit, this ain't so bad, man. This is what's up here. I should gender equality. I can rule over. I can do what I want to do. Because you got to think about it. Whenever they was, whenever they were seeing these other nations, because the other nations were without the laws, right? The Lord wasn't dealing with the other nations, all right? He gave it to Adam and Eve, right? He gave it to Adam. Sorry, he gave it to Adam, and Eve was to learn what under her husband. So you had the other nations, was doing whatever they will, and they was looking at them like, shit, what the hell going on with them? Like, what they doing? But what it was enticing to Eve. All right. It says, and the serpent said, verse 4, and the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die. For the Most High doeth know that the day that ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, as ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eye, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and also gave to her with her husband, and he did eat. Right? So they both went off. Okay? They went off, which created a balance. All right. So Adam, which was Yahawashi, he went off. He went off, and when he was Adam, okay, and Eve, being that woman that was looking at different philosophies, was enticed by different philosophies. She went off, man. She went off because the serpent beguiled her, and it was it. To, you see what it said? It says the tree was good for food. Like this, hey, look, I'm rocking with this. It'd be like a woman, right? That in her mind, okay, she's being taken care of at home, right? She's getting everything that she needs that's sufficient for her, and this, that, and the third. But here comes, a job opportunity that creates what? Financial security for her, right? That creates her to be able to make her own shots and call it like, because you can't, when a woman get financial security or she feel like she could be in a better state, then her whole attitude towards you change, right? That's exactly what happened here, man, right? Adam's first wife, Eve, man. Okay, she went, and when I say first wife, I'm likening his first wife, because the elect, which and this is just for so to speak, the elect will be his actual second wife, right? That's why I'm saying first wife, man. I'm not up in here with that because I done dealt with that old dumbass doctrine Lilith, you know what I'm saying, and all of this, that, and the third, man. Hey, man, we're not dealing with that garbage, man. Okay, so that's why I'm saying first wife. All right, so yeah, it says she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So what? They both went off, man, in the eyesight of the Lord. You see? All right. Which what? Caused what? A shift, man. All right. Because what? Through Adam, we all, we through generations after him, we fell, man. Let's see. Second Ezra's 7. I want to say it's 48. It says, "O thou Adam, what hast thou done? For through it was thou that sinned." So for though it was thou that sinned, thou art not fallen alone, but we all that come of thee. Right? So we all, so everybody from Adam, through creation, fell, man. Okay. But it wasn't gonna be made right until what? That more perfect and holy one was to come, you know, on the planet Earth as himself, as Yahawashi, to make and set things aright, man. Okay, because he had to shed his blood, man. Okay, so Adam, which being Yahawashi, Eve, would being his first wife, went off. Okay, when Yahawashi came as himself, he didn't go off. He was the Lamb of the Most High. He was perfect, without spots, blemish. That's why he was the perfect sacrifice, man. Okay? So look, check this out. See if I can pull this over here. No, if I can't do it, then I'm just gonna be trash. Right? Come on, man. Well, anyway. So Eve was that adulterous woman. Why? Because she went after, different philosophies. She ate of the fruit of another man. She ate of the fruit, of another, like I said, God, another power, man. You know what I'm saying? She looked at, it was enticing to her, right? Which ultimately was what? Spiritual fornication. Let's go. I hope this is making sense. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 12. It says, "For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication." Right? That's a whole different, like when you going after a whole different, philosophies, that's idolatry. You see? Was the beginning of spiritual fornication and an invention of them, the corruption of life. Okay? For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. Now, let's go to the very next chapter. Oh shit. Wisdom of Solomon 15. And let's see. Where is it? Salaki. Wait, am I in the right thing? 15. Honest man, kind of like past time. So, Salak. Well, let's try 16. Man, I know I ain't tripping. Let's see. Oh, Salaki. Isn't this? I'm bugged out. I'm bugged out. This is Wisdom of Solomon 14 and 20. Bam, 7. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning and the cause and the end of all evil. Okay? So beginning and the end and the cause. So like the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. Right? And that's what happened. All right. They went off. All right. That woman, right? Being deceived in the transgressions, deceived Adam too, man. Right. But now, here in this time, the Lord Yahweh has blessed Yahawashi with a more perfect wife, right? Which is the elect, man, which is a better wife, right? This, which is not going to be defiled. Yeah, we went off. We went off because what? We were born, in captivity, worshiping idols, in a Gentile mind state. But what? The Lord did say it had to be what? A falling away, man. Okay. And then we was going to have to do what? Come back to our nationality. Right. And then what? Here in captivity, we're going to see these different things, these different ideologies, these different philosophies, man. But what? The elect is not going to be dismayed. Okay. So, okay. Because it speaks about the church, reverencing, you know, her husband, right? Which is Yahawashi. When you go to, what it is, Ephesians 5 and 22, it says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Hamashiach is the head of the church, and he is the savior of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. In everything. It says, husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it. So he died for his woman. Yahawashi died for his woman. Now, I'm not, hey, listen, no shape or form I'm telling Jake to get out here and die for your woman. I'm not saying that. You get some wicked, you know what I'm saying? Jake could take that like, man, I'm ready to die for my woman. Nah, man, it's just, the point I'm making is that Yahawashi, he died for the elect, man. Okay? That's what he did. All right? I'm not telling Jake to go, jump in front of a damn train, you know what I'm saying? Because this woman talking about she wanna leave him. It says, therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands and everything. Husbands, love your wives, even as Hamashiach also loved the church and gave himself for it, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing by the word. So look, Yahweh knew that his wife was gonna go off, man. All right, the elect was gonna go off. All right, because it had to be a falling away first, which was in 70 AD, and then here in America, we completely fell away. Okay, but he cleanse us through the word, man. Lord willing, I'm of the elect, and my brothers that I be amongst, Lord willing, they are the elect too. All right, but we're cleansed through the word, man. Right, making us perfect in the eyesight of the Lord, man. Lord willing. Okay. It says that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot, you see, because the elect is going to be perfect, man, right? Not having spot or wrinkle or such things. By that it should be holy without blemish. Because what, man? Everybody in the faith has grew up. Well, I don't want to be presumptuous. I'm going to just say this. I believe, speaking as a man, everybody that's in this truth right now, that's worshiping the Lord in spirit and truth, that's teaching the true doctrine, grew up celebrating Christmas, birthdays, all of that crap. All right. But now, knowing better, right? The Lord creating that perfect balance. We know him better and seeing these things, and we keep away from these things. Be reverencing our husband, which is Yahawashi, staying away from what? The fruit of wickedness, if you will. Okay. It says, verse 28, so ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself. For no man ever hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord of the church. All right. And so what, man? And another thing, the Lord loves his wife. So what? He nourished and cherished it. So ultimately, too, when you love, sometimes he put it on her ass, He put it on her ass, man. Like, listen, you can't seem to get your shit tight. All right, so this is what I'm going to do for you. Okay? That's what the Lord did, man. Verse 30, for we are members of his body, of his flesh, and of his bones. For this cause shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall be joined to his wife, and they two shall be one flesh. This is the great mystery, but I speak concerning Hamashiach and the church. Okay? So we're the wife of Hamashiach. All right? He's the bridegroom. Okay? Verse 33, nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. So we see these different philosophies. We see, all this crap, birthdays, the goddamn, you name it, man. We in Babylon, man. Everything, man. Even from the, conversations, goddamn, what's some stuff, all these different festivals, Mardi Gras down here in Louisiana, man. Like we reverence, our husbands, afraid to be put away, right? Afraid to be put away, careful when we speak, man, even our thoughts, man. All right. That's how you reverence your husband, because you got to understand, shit, Eve was bold as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, shit, he taught me all of this, but this looked better. So I'm going to go after this. And I'm going to tell you like this, even when John was seeing Babylon, John was for a second, he was like, damn, this shit this is enticing. And the angel like, man, what you marveling at? You know what I'm saying? You understand that this is wickedness down there, you know? So now we, in the heart of the wickedness here in Babylon, we are reverencing our husband, even though he's not here in the physical, That's the true love, to love your husband, to love him even knowing, that he's not around. Because nowadays these women, man, all right, shit, would he no face, no case, wicked ass. Nevertheless, man, that perfect wife, which is the elect to Yahawashi, right? 2 Corinthians, because now Yahawashi, he's going to be joint back unto like the wedding banquet, the marriage, you see, which takes place in what second, there's the second chapter. We're gonna go to 2 Corinthians 11 chapter right now. The 2 Corinthians 11:2, it says, I'm gonna start at 1. It says, would to the Most High ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with a godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach. See, those virgins, right? The elect is going to be considered virgins, defiled not with women, like in Revelations, the 14th chapter. This is Revelation 14:1. It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from the heaven as the voice of many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder, and heard a voice of harps harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were deemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins." So, and that right there does not mean that the men of the Lord, the 144K, are actual virgins, like haven't had sex. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. We, in the case in point, we, one would believe, right? The Lord made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, correct? Abraham had kids, Isaac had kids, Jacob had kids, right? And we would all be presumptuous. You have the right to be presumptuous that they are part of the 144K, correct? Yes, we believe that they would be a part of the 144K. Jacob, we believe that Jacob is part of the 144K. So how could Jacob be a virgin if he had 12 sons, which makes up what? The 12 tribes. So these Christians, these wacky tacky Christians, they don't know the Bible, man. All right, they just be winging it. Okay. So what it says, they are for they are virgins, they are not defiled with women, and women is going into what, man? Different philosophies. Let's go to Proverbs just real quick, just to prove that point. Proverbs 2. All right, it says, I'm gonna start at 10. Says, "When wisdom entereth into thy heart, and knowledge is pleasant unto thy soul, discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from the man that speaketh froward things, who leave the paths of uprightness, to walk in the ways of darkness, who rejoice to do evil, and delight from frowardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked, and they froward in their paths, to deliver thee from the strange woman, even from the stranger which flattered with her words, which forsaketh the guide of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her power, for her house inclineth unto death, and her paths unto the dead. None that goeth unto her return again, neither take hold of the paths of life." You see? So that's right there. When it says a strange woman, that's what it's talking about. Different philosophies that bring it death, man. Because once you go a different way from the Lord, man, it's hard to come back, man. Okay, it's hard to come back, man. The Lord got to have mercy on you, man. You know, I'm just saying. From my experience in this truth, you know. So that's what that strange woman is talking about in Revelations. All right. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb, right? His bride, because he's the bridegroom. Let's go. I hope this is making sense. This is Matthew 25:1. It says, "Then the kingdom of heaven shall be likened unto 10 virgins." Are these virgins, are they real virgins? No. It's just an expression, right? It's likening the men of the Lord to virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 of them were foolish. All right, 5 of them were wise. What? They were rooted in Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi, the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashim Yahawashi, calling on the lame, establishing a relationship, loving their husband, which is Yahawashi. And 5 were foolish, taking their husband for granted, right? Thinking that, oh, I'm good, I'm under grace. No, I'm gonna just continue to keep it popping. You know, nah, negative. It says they were foolish. Well, Jake be wilding, bro. That's what makes them foolish. It says they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. All right. Different doctrines, different doctrines that lead you astray, that have you making videos and not making no sense. All right. Have you not making videos and, just living your life. YOLO. I'm an Israelite, and that's what it is. Nah, man. All right. That's foolishness. It says, but the wise took oil in their vessels with the lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh, ye go out and meet him. And all those virgins trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are going out. But the wise answered, saying, not so. At least they're not enough for us and you, but go rather to them that's buy and sell for yourselves. So, just this is a parable just showing you that Yahawashi is the bridegroom, man. And upon his return to gather what his wife, which is the elect, all right, they're gonna be what? With that oil, man. Not defiled with women, okay? Strange doctrines, strange apparel, you know. They're gonna be wearing what he gave. He's gonna be wearing what he gave them, which is the righteousness, the white linen. Okay. Revelations. Gotta make sure I'm done with this. Got a conference call in a second. This is Revelations 19 and 8. Yeah, this is Revelation 19 and 8. It says, and to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen. Oh, let me back that up. Verse 7. Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come. With who? The elect. And his wife had made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints. So the wife, which is the elect, have made herself ready, man. Okay. Not like how it was with Eve, man. All right. What we're doing with the first Adam, who went after different philosophies, was enticed and beguiled, with different, ideologies, man. Okay. We know what it is to go off. We know what it is, to be, to deal with, other things that is not of the Lord, man. That's not written in this book, man. The anything outside of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is a strange woman, man. It's a different philosophy, it's a different fruit, man. Which brings nothing profitable unto you. That brings death. Okay. So Yahweh Shah and his wife, which is his new wife, second wife, I'm just saying that so to speak, all right, is gonna be perfect, man. All right. Because that's what Yahweh Shah said. Be ye perfect as your father is that is in heaven, just roughly paraphrasing the scripture. So let's get this. Second Ezra 2, and I hope this is making sense. Second Ezra 2 and 42. It says, and I, Ezra, saw upon Mount Zion a great people. Here's that marriage, right? Whom I could not number, and they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them there were a young man of high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? And he answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of the Most High, and they are now they are crowned and receive palms, which is victory, right? Then said I unto the angel, what young person is that crowned them? See, Yahweh Shah is going to look young, It says, and giveth them palms in their hand. And he answered and said unto me, it is the Son of the Most High, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. Then the angel said unto me, go thy way and tell my people What manner of this, and how great wonders of the Lord thy power thou hast seen. So Adam being Yahawashi, the first Adam being Yahawashi went off, but when Yahawashi came as himself, he didn't go off at all. He paid for, his sins that he had, he committed, before, but in this time, he didn't go off, man. That Yahweh Shai was Adam, Isaac, and Solomon. Adam, Solomon, and Isaac. And then he came as himself. Okay. So yeah, he paid for it since then, but now he's going to have that better woman. You see, because now what we doing the same thing. Lord willing, we of the elect. We're doing the same thing that John the Baptist did. We paved the way for the returning of the coming of our Lord Yahawashi, man. Okay. We have offices in this ministry, and that's because what a woman is that word woman means servant, right? So the wife of Yahawashi, Adam, the Lord said that man should not be alone. So what? He created Eve, right? And she's supposed to be what? A help, an aid unto him. So we're aiding Yahawashi's return, man. That's what we're doing. That's what we're here for. A servant of Yahawashi, right? Trying to stay relevant until our husband, man. Okay. And like Jake be wilding. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Okay, man. So Lord willing, you were edified, man. I'm gonna just say shalom.